Yo, 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 what's good? What's going on? Fair use, fair use, fair use. YouTube, what's going on, guys? Yo, man, I got a good show for you today. I made a show, it was over an hour long. I'm just looking at it. I say, you know what, man, I'm not even going to waste my breath on these people, man. I ain't going to waste my breath on them. I might show you a little something about them, though, but we ain't going to go too in depth with them, right? But yo, check this shit out. I want to make a few statements first before I show you some shit and get to this dream. First one here. Yeah, yeah. Black women really don't respect black men as a whole. You might find one or two individual chicks that do. Oh man, oh man, oh. But as a whole, nah. As a whole group, as a whole pie, you feel me? That's statement one. So, what we need to do, we need to excel in fitness and finance. You heard? Fitness and finance. I'm getting on my grind. I started. Three, two, uh, leave the ass alone. Leave him alone. All right. Now, I made that statement. I got another statement for you. Passport bros were actually the first ones to start that 4B shit. That's where you ain't fucking them, you ain't having kids by them, you ain't marrying them, right? That's what passport bros effectively did to black women, right? Yeah. They said, you know what, man, we tired of these bitches. They not listening. They're not, trying to give us what we need. They got all these stupid ass demands, and man, fuck them, we done. That's what the passport bros did to y'all. They broke out on y'all for real, right? But shave the hair. So check this out. I'm gonna show you this video of China. China fucked up. China fucked up. China let the women get in control, full control over there. What is this, bro? They let the women get in full control, and that shit is coming to get them. Right? Whenever you give a woman, like you can't. That China shows us that you should not let women be in fucking control, though. They show us as a whole world, but motherfucking the U.S. showed us that we should let these bitches run the goddamn thing. You look at all the fucking states that abroad is in charge of, all the courts abroad is in charge of. They done fucked it up. Yeah. Now, get ready for this shit, Pop. Get ready for this shit here. China, baby.
A new book says that successful and single Chinese women are now facing serious setbacks to their property rights. In a moment, I'll be speaking to the author of that book about the stigma of being classed as a leftover woman.
Do you know why the number of desperate single women is increasing in China? The growing number of Chinese women who choose to defy the ingrained cultural preference for motherhood and marriage has dramatically affected China's future trajectory.
希望是能什么样的女孩？
因为像我这个年龄阶段的话，可能
Every woman in China who's over the age of 27 years is labeled as a leftover woman, and this derogatory term was ironically coined by the All China Women's Federation. This is primarily fueled by shifting economic realities. In China, marriage and family have long been cherished as they represent social stability. However, women are opting out of this tradition.
Now, social stability, right? They opted out of it. Family was the big thing. You know why? Because when they combine income, they make more. But when you have these people out here and they're not able to fucking get jobs, there's too many of them. And women don't work like men. You know what I'm saying? They got too many women, bro. Hold on, let me interject real quick. They got too many women. So what do you think happens in a world where there's too many bitches? Do bitches do the hard jobs, bro? Do they do the dirty, gritty jobs that men are built to do, bro? No. They all want to sit in fucking offices and shop on Temu. They want to be real estate agents and shit. Who's gonna fucking run China, bro? Who's gonna be in the military? Who's gonna be the fucking build the roads and all of the other shit that men do, the infrastructure? Who's gonna do the the fucking dump truck shit, the construction shit, the engineering shit? Who's gonna do that? This motherfucker said for every 100 men, there's 475 unmarried women. And the bitches don't want to get married. They don't want to go back to the custom way that got China to where it's at. Because bitches are selfish and they run off of their emotions. Damn, you can't hear me. Damn. All right. Fuck. So I was saying that they got too many broads in China. For every 100 men, there are 475 unmarried women, and the women don't want to change the shit. They want to be single, Miss Independent. But I was saying, just in case, because it was too low, just in case you didn't hear, what I was saying was, bitches don't do the hard jobs. They fucking sit online and shop Temu. They want to fucking be real estate moguls and shit. They don't do the hard jobs. They're not fucking with the infrastructure. They're not fucking building planes, and they're not mechanics on military equipment. They're not doing that shit, bro. So who's going to be doing that shit for China in the next 20, 30 years? Fuck it. The next 50 years. Where China going to be the next? What is this? What are we in? 2024? Is there going to be another 50 years? Who the fuck knows? But who's going to be running this shit? You letting these emotional bitches run the shit? This shit crazy.
Path. Join us as we discover why so many Chinese women don't want to get married. Chinese marriage markets. This problem has become so widespread in China that many parents are forced to display their children for marriage in the marketplace. An example of this can be seen in central Beijing, where parents constantly visit Zhongshan Park on a mission to find the perfect partner for their children. They work hard to find the ideal spouse.
Yo, you see, they had a brother over there. Look at the brother. He over there like he on some let's make a deal shit.
Park on a mission to find the perfect partner for their children. They work hard to find the ideal spouse for their unmarried adult child. These are designated corners present in most parks throughout China called matchmaking corners. Parents continuously visit these corners to advertise their children's good traits, just like in the flea market. This is done to attract prospective takers for their children. The majority of these advertisements are women wanting to be married. These corners are present in many parks throughout major cities in China, such as Shanghai.
But wait, there's more. The majority of them are women who want to be married. They go to a park and advertise these bitches. So the reason I'm showing you this is because we're talking about this 4B movement that all these fucking lesbians and fucking dykes and all this shit are pumping, all these man haters are pumping, right? I say let the shit come here. I'm all for you bitches leaving us the fuck alone. Yeah. You know why? Because it's going to be comical. You hoes can't stand on nothing. You can't stand. You hoes will have a nigga do you super dirty and still take him back. So I know for a fact you motherfuckers can't stick together and stop taking dick. Y'all love dick. Dick and purses. So first of all, that shit is not gonna happen. I don't believe in you. I don't have faith in you to be able to stick to some shit like that. Every time I open up social media, you got your ass tooted up in the air. You just can't stop clapping. Hold on, look at this shit here. You mean to tell me?
Okay, and be honest.
Shut up. Where we at?
You feel like
Shut up. Where we at? Where the hoes at? You mean to tell me that these bitches are going to be able to participate in this 4B movement? Where we at? Let me show you the shit. These motherfuckers here.
Ready to do it.
Dress long. She trying to get out of this.
I like my ass ate. I like my ass ate.
I'm drunk. I'm drunk. It's gonna be young.
Oh my.
Hold on, be quiet.
God.
This a new segment.
Eat my ass, eat my
Good
ass,
cake.
eat my
Good
ass.
cake.
Eat my ass, eat my ass.
Good cake.
He's
Yes, she does. Oh, Cairo
with the gloves on.
Oh, me.
Then he just starts saying shit like, eat it like it's a pussy, like eat it like it's a pussy, like. So I,
That's cool. So you're telling me if we all decide that we can work about it, we can go outside about it.
Yeah.
you feel me? He like, go down. So I started going down. I'm doing it, but the nigga that raised his legs up like this.
Oh,
so now I'm
man.
starting
No weapons,
to think about it like.
he put himself in a chicken wing. So the wait is over. Cleveland House of Baddies, the Chop Show, is going to start filming on the fucking 10th to the 5th. I believe so. We got the Sprinter van, we got the house, we got the baddies. Y'all been waiting, and we coming. It's no more waiting. The wait is over, man. The wait is over. We came out of our pocket with this budget, and we don't give a fuck. Fuck all that shit that everybody got to say, all the comments, y'all hating. We just gonna do the show. It's gonna be fly. It's gonna look nice. It's gonna be presentable. It ain't gonna be no little creepy looking shit. It's just gonna look nice. Just know that. Bitch ass motherfucker.
Pretty bitch, glasses on her eyes. Look up when she said, ghetto bitch, she can cut it down when we out in public. She like, babe, ain't no one around. Why the fuck you clutching? City boy, I come from that time.
It was because my pussy was ready to do it.
You think that we got faith in these ratchet assholes that they gonna do a 4B movement, right? They're gonna turn down some dick? Man, listen. Not only that, man, these hoes gotta eat, nigga. They gotta eat. They gotta eat. They got kids. You gonna start a fight telling them to stop fucking with us.
Fix your face. Who the fuck did that? Who the fuck did that?
That's all you do. You look like you're backwards. You're backward sexual. I tell you, man, you hitting them girls from the back, man, they ass be fucking woofing. Bitches don't know how to. 40-year-old bitches don't know how to clean their ass. A goddamn shame. Don't worry, I ain't gonna shout you out loud.
High. Chinese parents complain that their children are very picky about who they choose and have set unrealistic standards for their
Wow, that sound like the bitches over here.
spouses, which is why they have to step in. Marriage rates in China have plummeted, and the number of single women in China is increasing.
Damn, that sound like over here.
According to recent statistics, 6.8 million couples tied the knot last year, the lowest since dating records began in 1986. According to China's Ministry of Civil Affairs, the number of marriages was halved in the previous decade. Even though the reasons for these problems are complicated, they can be traced to demographic changes. Professor G.
It's time for me to get set up for therapy, and I use this room as my office. But the desk is over here, and so when
Jean Young of the National University of Singapore says youngsters aren't looking for companionship where males and females assume their traditional roles. She claims that young people seek love and personal satisfaction today, a concept that is hard to grasp at such a young age. It all began when in 1949, China changed its constitution to include women. There wasn't enough workforce to build the new China that Mao had envisioned, so women were called to become a part of the workforce. They were labeled as the Iron Ladies. Nowadays, things are different, and the notion of Iron Lady has been forcibly transitioned to leftover women as an insult to coerce women into having a family. Elderly parents who are very worried about their daughters becoming leftover women.
Now, some people may say, just like the bitches over here, oh, you forcing us? Yeah, you are begging us to get. Nah, man, ain't nobody motherfucking begging you. But listen, if you want to keep the planet going, bitch, that's what you got to do. The way the world works is you have to have a nuclear family. Nuclear families keep the chaos away. Nuclear families keep the chaos away. You have a nuclear family or you have a broken family, right? So you got the broken home. Broken home, you get stepdaddies or stepmommies, and they do shit to the kids. The mama has multiple fucking boyfriends and in and out. There's no stability. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody showing the kids a healthy dynamic of how to act. The kids are growing up saying, you know what? I want to get a job and just blow all my fucking money and fuck niggas, fuck bitches, and then die. The population will die off because of your low fucking morals. You assholes. But listen, I tell you like this. I'm already here. I already got mine. Remember back in the day, your parents used to say, "I already got my education. I already graduated high school. You don't want to do it, then you're gonna be a bum. Go ahead, right?" Yeah. Listen, man. I got my kids already. I done did the married thing. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that shit. But you dumb bitches don't want to settle down. They done told you. You done seen the files, the documents. You done seen the fucking documentaries that feminism was a CIA mission. You done seen the bitch who did it, Gloria Steinem, who put the battery in you fucking dumb hoes back. And y'all still just going along with this shit. Y'all dumb as hell, man.
Have decided to take matters into their own hands. This is why many marriage markets are set up in parks across Beijing. Matchmakers are present in these marketplaces, helping the public find the right match for their boys and girls. Even though there are many women available for marriage, people don't marry them. Matchmakers assisting the public in finding the right match for their sons claim that parents and sons alike ask that the woman be young, never married before, and incredibly gorgeous. These are prime factors upon which no parents are ready to compromise. The one-child policy. China's population decline is a result of strange policies. In the late 1970s, China introduced the one-child policy, meaning that parents couldn't produce more than one child. As a result, this one-child policy became responsible for the marriage decline, which eventually meant a population decline. Dan Wang, a chief economist in China, claims that the one-child policy was a wrong decision for China. This child policy led to an entire generation being the only child in China, therefore they grow up independently, since they are the only children in their house.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. So them niggas grew up selfish as fuck, bro. Oh, shit. Yo, a whole generation of fucking only kids. Shit, what do we call them? Only child. God damn. Wow. I'm an only child, but shit, you know how much I wish I had a older brother or older sister or somebody to, you know what I'm saying? Growing up, man. God damn. So they spoiled like a motherfucker, man. Holy shit. Didn't see that coming, huh?
As a result, they are more individualistic than their previous generations. Professor Zhu Hong claims this has become a big issue for such children because they must give up some of their individualistic personalities, which means losing their freedom. She argues that in any marriage, mutual understanding, compromise, and the ability to identify each other's needs are essential. These social skills are difficult to learn for people who grew up as the only child in their family. She claims that
if you're a homeowner and you have a house that you need to turn into cash, then listen up. However, if you're a homeowner,
social skills such as selflessness and compromise are usually not seen in the current generation, which resulted from the one-child policy, gender imbalance. Another reason why the number of women in China has increased to such a significant amount is because of a gender imbalance. Back when China implemented its one-child policy in the 1970s, there were a substantial number of abortions. This is because most parents desired their one child to be a male rather than a female, and therefore, any would-be daughters were aborted. As a result of such actions, there are 30 million more men than women in China. According to another statistic, there are almost 475 unmarried men for every 100 unmarried women in China.
Oh shit, I had it backwards. So 475. Yeah, so the women got the ratio. The women are winning in the ratio. They each got what? What is that? They each got like four to five. It's like 5 to 1. They're like 5 to 1. Damn. 475 unmarried men for 100 unmarried women. That's like over here, man. That's like over here. There's like 2 million leftover fucking bitches. And these bitches is the most fucking difficult to fucking get along with.
China. This is also because of China's one-child policy in the late 1970s. It led to gender-selective abortions, And as a result, China's birth rate declined incredibly. However, the question is, if there are that many more men, women have many options. So why are women choosing to stay single? According to Reuters, the number of educated women is increasing, and at the same time, they are facing unprecedented insecurity along with unemployment and economic downturn. This has led to women remaining single by their own choice. This is evident from the fact that in 2021, China's single population over the age of 15 years was incredibly high, at 239 million single people. Even marriage registrations hit a historic low in 2022. A survey was done by the Communist Youth League in 2021, which found that 44% of the women didn't have any intentions of marrying. Bad economy. While it's pretty evident why China's population is declining, the cause is still quite complicated to understand. Part of the reason why women want to stay single is because of China's dire economic conditions. For example, China's real estate sector, a crucial part of its GDP, has collapsed. Besides, youth are primarily unemployed in China, and they have to settle for insane practices just to get by. For example, an article in the South China Morning Post says that young adults in China have chosen to be full-time children dependent on their parents. In a similar post on Business Insider, young adults in China must share a room with strangers to afford to live in megacities like Shanghai and Beijing. Many people speculated that the reason why China's birth rate is declining and the number of single women is increasing in China is because of the one-child policy. However, even when the one-child policy officially ended in 2015, the birth rates continued to drop.
Nigga, that shit just ended. That shit just ended. 2015. Nigga. So that shit was from 1970s, from the 1970s to 2015. They had a one child policy. 1970, 80, 90, 2000, 2010. That shit was 45 years, nigga. They took out a whole generation. Holy shit.
Up in China. For example, according to China's National Bureau of Statistics, in 2012 there were 16 million births in China. However, if you look at that number a decade later, in 2022, you will find that it has decreased to 10 million. The Wall Street Journal posted that China is heading towards a demographic collapse, with its population now around 1.4 billion. Moonlight Clan. China's financial situation is also in ruins, which is why many of the young people in Chinese communities are unemployed. Most of the young people in China live paycheck to paycheck and don't have any savings. Young people in China are caught up in living paycheck to paycheck, and as a result, for them to pursue a dating life is very difficult. After all, how would they afford the expenses of their partner if they can't even afford their leisurely activities? This has led to a widespread phenomenon in China, which is known as the Moonlight Clan. For young people, high rent and the high cost of living are considerable deterrents to finding the right partner. Dan Wang, a chief economist, explains that the Moonlight Club is a new concept, and it refers to young people who will spend everything they earn every month. She explains that many members of the Moonlight Clan are in heavy debt because of access to online borrowing and lending. Professor Jean Yung of the National University of Singapore claims that young people nowadays have given up on saving entirely. She explains that they tend to enjoy more rather than work towards their future goals. This is also the primary reason they don't have enough money to get married. And for a man to marry in China, he needs to be financially strong. Therefore, a man who isn't economically stable and prosperous will be unable to marry a woman in China. As a result, the number of single Chinese women has increased. Since the majority of the youth in China are delaying financial security, they also delay marriage. And Dan Wang says that out of 1,000 people in the population, only 5.
Did you know that you could get $50,000 to over $150,000 of investment capital at 0.4
5.4 are married. The 996 culture. Another primary reason why the number of single women in China is 0.4 are married. The 900 delay marriage. And Dan Wang says that out of 1,000 people in the population, only 5.4 are married.
Wow. Out of 1,000 people, only 5.5 are married. Where did you get 5.4 anyway? Out of 1,000 people, 5.4 married, bro? Yo.
The 996 culture. Another primary reason why the number of single women in China is increasing at an exponential rate is because of their work life. Nowadays, China is considered one of the leading countries in terms of economy, and it has become a big nation that exports its goods globally. However, the work-life balance for its citizens is terrible. Chinese culture and the elite class have popularized bad work-life balance. For example, Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, taught the youth that if they want to be successful, they have to work at least 12 hours a day for 6 days a week. This principle is known as 996, where people should work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. This means people won't have the time to spend on anything else, such as finding the right partner. If they are so engrossed in their career and work, how will they find the right partner to spend their lives with? As a result of this culture, the marriage rate has declined in China. Finding love in China has been especially difficult for the youth because of their financial conditions and their work-life balance. However, another reason why women in China want to stay single is because they have transcended traditional gender roles. According to them, most men in the Chinese social system are uncomfortable with women earning more than them.
Wow. Is that true? I bet you. You know, it's crazy, man. Women over here think shit only apply to black men. You ever notice that? They'll say, oh, they're intimidated, right? Hold on, because I'm gonna do some timestamps. Men don't like women making more. Yeah, yeah, they'll say that shit about black men, but you know what? They'll say all kind of shit about black men. Oh, they're more educated. Do you know women in every fucking race go to school more than men? Men do more men than women choose to do labor, hard labor. Uh, construct. You don't got to go to college for construction, man. You go to fucking trade school, plumbing, or like electricians, carpenters, masonry. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they like to do shit like that, mechanics and shit. They like to do shit like that. So they don't be going to fucking college for that. But a bitch will tell a black man in a heartbeat, we're more educated. I've dated I've dated I've dated one doctor. Well, she's not a doctor. She had a doctorate. She had a doctorate. I dated I married the fucking chick. She got like 3 masters and some other shit. Divorced her ass. Um and I dated another chick that had a everyone I dated, I made more than them. How is this possible? You got doctorates and master's degrees out the fucking Wuhan, and I was just a fucking CO on Rikers Island, making more than a motherfucker with a doctorate or a master's. Like, look at this shit here, man. I'm a interject this real quick. Where we at? Where that shit at? That it? No. Is that it? No. Why ain't it over here? Damn it. Look at this shit here. Where you at? Where you at? There you go. Check this shit out. Right? New York City see-through, right? Go down here to pick somebody out. Pick something out, right? Yeah. New York City. Look at these salaries, man. 285, 275, 269. These motherfuckers is making bank. And it ain't like just a little bit. It's thousands of these motherfuckers. Thousands. You want six figures? There's a lot of these niggas that make six figures. All right. A lot. You can look do the same thing, search the same shit for NYPD, sanitation, whatever the fuck. These motherfuckers ain't don't have master's degrees and doctorates and shit. So don't go for that. Don't fall for that bullshit. He's not educated or anything. Shut the fuck up, bitch. How much do you make?
They believe that men in China's society want to be the sole providers for their families, while the women in their families must look after the children. However, women in today's China disagree with such an idea. They say their career is also significant for them, and a marriage is a 50-50 commitment where the
That is true, my man. They do say that, right? And hold on, because this is gonna be like an educational thing here of shit that we pull together. All right, hold on. I'm gonna show you. So you heard what he said, right? You heard what he said. Guy wants to go to work while the bitch stay home, right? But enter ever since 1950. Which one? Which one I'm gonna pull up for you? Where's that? Here she go. Look at this bitch here.
Now, if you'd please answer these questions. Confident are you in yours?
Oh, pretty confident, I think.
Do you ever feel like telling off the...
I certainly do.
Well, do you ever do it?
Well, not very often.
How capable do you feel yourself of handling any business emergency?
I think I'd be able to manage most any emergency.
Then you consider yourself a pretty efficient executive.
Yes, I think so.
Why, Miss Bates?
Well, I suppose it's because I feel I can make decisions fairly easily and, make them for others and tell them what to do. I've been...
This is a show. The chick is like, yo, she wants to be a working woman, so they had to ask permission. So she was actually put on this show to answer questions, and then they would decide what kind of working woman she would be. Was she really fit to be a working woman? I want you to listen to what she says.
Been doing that, for almost a year now, in a small way.
Do you feel that some girls have too much talent and ability to waste on a home and children?
Yes, I think many girls do.
That bitch said, do you think you got too much talent to waste on a home with children? She said, yeah, I think a lot of girls do.
Some girls have a great deal to offer, and they certainly don't make any contribution to the business world, sitting home with their children or cooking dinner for their husband.
Go on, Miss Bates.
Well, many talented girls deserve a better life than that. They need that feeling of independence, of competition that they don't get at home. And they deserve the luxuries that they can buy with the money they earn.
They deserve to buy the luxuries with the money they earn. That's what it's all about, right? They deserve to buy the luxuries with the money they earn. Now, I got a guy. I know a guy who knows a guy.
Marriage count. Listing your house.
I know a guy who knows a guy, right? That's funny. Hold on. So, no, no, no. I think a show. It's a show. No, so it might be send. Here we go. Send this to a black woman and girls who you love.
Out of sports. I mean, if it's sports talent, that's pretty straightforward. People know what they're going to do with that. But if he's intellectually gifted, generation of women who at least were raised to be wise, are happening, and I think it's causing a problem. Part of it is if you go to the boomer generation, right? This was really the last generation of women who at least were raised to be wives, but they didn't want to be. I mean, this is right. I'm talking about sexual liberation era. I'm talking about the era where the rise of feminism. They wanted to, break apart from the established roles that women were told to play as wives, right? Caretakers, handling the domestic space, so on and so forth. But the weird part is, even though they wanted to break from that, they still wanted men to play the traditional role that we've been assigned. So you're still supposed to be protector and provider. But in the 70s and 80s, you started to see this transition where women wanted to be able to break the contract and be whatever they wanted. Sexually liberated, have kids, adopt, have abortions, not have kids, whatever, work full-time, part-time, not at all. They had all of this. They were kind of trying to imagine the family in this new dynamic where women could have the flexibility to do anything, but the men still had to pay for that.
You see that? But the men still had to pay for that. So they wanted to break away from the original shit. Their job description, scratch that. We don't want to do that shit no more. We want to be able to go out and make our own money, just like the little lily white girl said. They could buy the luxuries with the fucking money they earn. Hold on, I got you. I got you. I said, you see that? Uh, they wanted to scratch the job description. Fuck that. We're not gonna do that shit no more. We want to buy shit with the fucking money that we earn or whatever. Buy luxuries with the money that we earn, and we still want you to work and pay all the fucking bills. So they want men to be traditional while they pick up this new motherfucking role, right? And they act like it was such a bad deal, bro. You home? What the fuck you missing? You want to get up and get on the fucking A train, the 2 train, the 5 train, dealing with all these stink ass people, be on the shit like this crammed up, going to work in the fucking morning, rush hour in the evening, stuck in traffic and shit. You want to do that? The nigga took that shit off your shoulders, man. Only thing he wanted was a hot fucking meal, you to look decent when he fucking come home. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. If you have kids, what? If you don't want to have kids, bitch, then don't get married. If you don't want to have kids, and that's another thing that I noticed that you guys do, that you chicks will do. You want to have kids, but you'll say, "Oh, I had his children and had to raise us." Bitch, you wanted to have kids. You wanted to raise children. Now all of a sudden you want to use that shit as like it was a fucking mechanism to hold your monkey ass down. Just like the same way a bitch will say we're oppressed. Black women have it the hardest. Uh, uh, there's a wage gap. There's a patriarchy on this side, but on this side, the bitches so say the same thing out the side of mouth. We're the most educated. We're outpacing men in the money. We're purchasing more homes than men. All of this shit. How can both of these shits be true, B? How are you oppressed when you're fucking uh, going to school, you're getting jobs as fucking commissioners and chiefs and this and that and mayors and shit? How are you oppressed, bitch? How are you being held down? How are you? How is there a wage gap? You're paid less. There's obstacles and shit. You're being overlooked. You're being overlooked in fucking society, but you're buying homes. You're fucking becoming chiefs and all of these fucking shit. You're outpacing men. How is both of this shit true at the same time? Because your bitches use the fucking card during whatever argument it is. It's like you going up to a motherfucking club. Yeah, let me see your ID. All right, well, here, I'm gonna show you this one. And this card says I'm oppressed. So you get in the club. And then now you go to you go to another door and it says, hey, there's are you suffering from the wage gap? Yeah, I'm suffering from the wage. You ain't fucking. You use them shits. Those are interchangeable bullshit excuses that you guys use. You're not oppressed for abortion. Say you don't want to be a motherfucker for a long time, bitches. You ain't want to be a mama. You ain't want your parental duties. You could fucking get an abortion. You could carry the kid to term. And you could just go and stuff them in a fucking box in the side of a firehouse. You could give them up for adoption. A man to tell yo silly ass, yo, don't have a baby. We both fucked up right now. We both live in the hood. Like this don't make no sense. Da, 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 da. And you will still go and push the baby out. If he don't want to fucking pay, what happens? Loses his license, gets hit with fucking back fucking child support. That'll go to fucking jail because he don't have the money. How are you bitches oppressed?
So you had to be the floor for whatever she wanted to be. And the problem with that is the dynamic between men and women in the typical, conservative, relationship framework is it's a give and take between both. You're a protector and provider, but you're still depending on her to do her part. She's providing for the house, taking care of the children, so on and so forth, but she's depending on you to do your part. When one redefines their role, the other has to as well. But there really hasn't been a conversation for that outside of what those women said. By the way, not only should you protect and provide, but you should be emotionally present. You should make me feel affirmed. You should do X, Y, and Z. So it became the only changes men were told about were the changes women wanted that suited them, but not necessarily the changes that made it possible for men to actually be human beings and fulfill who they wanted to be. So there was a one change dynamic outside of a couple of recommendations that.
So, you know what? We're going to have that conversation. We're going to have that conversation. But back to China land.
Husband also has to take care of the children rather than just provide for them financially. Men in China's social system are uncomfortable with women who are constantly challenging the traditional norms of Chinese culture, which is why they decide not to marry. As a result, the number of single women in China has increased unprecedentedly, in dating apps. However, even though most of the youth in China are pessimistic about marriage,
Hold on, say that again.
As a result, the number of single women in China has increased unprecedentedly, in dating apps. However, even though most of the youth in China are pessimistic about marriage, some people have hope. Since the advent of advanced technology, they have been trying to find the right partner with the help of dating apps. The primary apps the Chinese youth use to find a lover are Momo, Tantan, and Soul. These dating apps combined have 150 million active users, giving every young person in China an opportunity to find the love of their lives. But there's another issue with these dating apps. Even though the number of dating apps is increasing, the number of marriages isn't. These dating apps promote short-term flings rather than long-term relationships such as marriages. So, even though dating apps are pretty popular in China, they aren't yielding marriages, which is why traditional methods are still prevalent in China. One of these conventional methods is asking for help from parents. This is because the young people in China don't have the time to find the appropriate partners. As a result, the older adults in the Chinese communities use their contacts to find suitable mates for their children. This type of arranged marriage system has always been a part of Chinese culture, even though there are a lot of dating apps in China. Often, parents will find the right match for their daughters. However, their daughters will refuse to marry the type of person their parents have chosen for them.
Yep. They'll refuse to marry the type of person that they chose for them. You know why? Because bitches think with they pussy. They used to always say men. They used to always say men. Oh, men think with their dicks. Women think with their clits. And the thing is, right? For those of you that have a type, like, oh, this is my type, nah, nah, nah. Your type is based off of lust. Lust is not the making of a good relationship, bro. You supposed to. That's why a lot of people they never end up with their type. They'll be like, oh yeah, well, I like guys that look like this. Well, guess what? The type of guy you like, the type of guy you like, a lot of bitches like. So guess what? That means that motherfucker got a lot of options. And guess what? He's gonna utilize them more so than not. So the person that you lust, maybe you like 6'2", 6'3", athletic build, abs, dreads, whatever the fuck you like, right? Or maybe you like a bald headed dude, husky build, beard, like whatever you like. That's based off of your lust. That's what gets you fucking wet, right? Well, that's not how you pick up a lifetime partner. You pick a lifetime partner based off of, well, they motherfucking fold under pressure, nigga. When you women choose men, let me drop a jewel off for you fucking idiots. When you choose a man, right? Make sure you can hear my volume. When you choose a man, you gotta talk to the nigga first. Ask him questions, right? Don't sit down like it's interview, but in during conversation, you ask him, yo, what was like the most stressful fucking point in your life? Like, was it a death? Did somebody cheat on you? Did you lose a job? Like what was the most stressful point in your life? And then when they tell you, ask them how they dealt with it. Like it's okay if a nigga go through some stressful shit. It's how he reacted to it. If the nigga quit and he has a history of quitting, that's not a bad match. That means whenever hard times come, that nigga's gonna quit with you on his fucking back. Like y'all so worried about, oh, nigga make a dude 22 years old is not gonna make fucking the average dude at 22 years old is not gonna make fucking six figures. It's not making six figures. If you get an above average motherfucker, if he like 23, 24, and he making like 70 racks, let's see, city worker, you start at 22, 5.5 years, yeah, like around 27, 28, and this nigga's making between 70 and 90,000, he is above average. He is well on his way to being above average. Because 80% of men make $42,000, man. So you gotta think about this shit. Do I get the guy who looks good and this and that, and he's not really trying to do, because the better you look, the less oomph you got to go and get it. I believe, because there's a such thing as pretty privilege, and handsome handouts. Pretty privilege and handsome handouts. You don't gotta try as hard as the fat bitch with the fucking braces, or the fat nigga with the braces and fucked up hair. Like you don't gotta work as hard as them. Them motherfuckers, they gotta work hard, b. Because you gotta have something else to offset. You gotta have something else that's gonna offset or override the unsatisfactory factor. I may be fat and ugly, but I fix computers real good, and they pay me $220 a year for it. Like it's like that. The chick might not be your type, but she may have access to shit that could help benefit you in the fucking long run. Maybe you're the type of industry you're in. Maybe she got connections that could get you connected where you could fucking be a business owner, or maybe you can meet somebody excuse me. Maybe you can meet somebody who can invest in your fucking idea or some shit like that. Vice versa. Those motherfuckers in school, be nice to the motherfuckers in school. The ones that nobody like and they crack jokes on, be nice to the motherfuckers because you're gonna see them again. You're gonna see them again. And oh, help you if you see the motherfucker that you tormented in school, you laughed at the nigga, and now you going for a job. Or you got some shit with court, and that motherfucker's the judge. I don't care what field you in, motherfuckers gonna get their get back. But when you choosing a man, ladies, you need to see how resilient this brother is. You need to see if he was ever faced where he was denied something and sought another way to get it. Did he give up or did he keep trying? You know what I'm saying? Like, but these bitches, they gonna say, oh, he don't look like the Chinese fucking musician or artist that I like. And the bitch is like, nah, mommy, I don't like him. Bitch, I'm thinking about your future.
As a result, they are shunned by their parents for denying them. However, in the Chinese social system, it isn't just the women who are facing a lot of objectification. The men in Chinese society are also a target of the highly sexist gender norms. For example, it's demanded unjustly from a very young man to be successful. They are instructed to be incredibly masculine. However, the term masculine in Chinese culture is defined very differently from what it means in Western countries. In Western countries, masculinity means a man must have personality traits such as earnestness, honesty, and other noble qualities. On the other hand, in the Chinese social system, masculinity means that a man must be successful and is deemed successful only if he has material things in his possession. Everything related to being a successful man in Chinese culture is related to money, the number of properties he has, and the cars he owns. If a man has no worldly possessions, he isn't considered a real man and can't marry any woman in China.
That sound like these black bitches over here.
The Chinese government is fretting because of the demographic crisis it's currently facing. The population of China is aging at an incredible pace, and combined with a declining marriage and birth rate, it has become a complicated problem for the Chinese. Professor Jin Young of the National University of Singapore claims that if the number of marriages declines, there will be a more significant number of people who will stay alone.
Are you interested in starting your own faceless YouTube automation channel, but all people do is tell you to go to frickin' Fiverr?
Now, what's bad about staying alone? Well, most governmental systems aren't set up for single people, single old motherfuckers. Single old motherfuckers die in their apartments alone, or in the nursing homes. If they don't have adequate insurance, they're not getting to no fucking nursing home. It's not set up for them. It's set up for more of like families now. So if it's a bunch of lonely bitches or lonely old men, what happens? Niggas die alone. Trust me, it's way better to go and you got your partner there, rubbing Bengay on your motherfucking knee, or going with you to the fucking doctor visits, or your stupid ass fall trying to get off the toilet bowl and shit, and they could come in there and fucking help you up. You know what I'm saying? But if you know what I'm saying, if you want to die alone, then fucking go ahead.
People are living alone, there is a greater chance of people suffering from loneliness, and therefore we might see an increase in mental health issues, hukou system. Unlike in Western countries such as America, there is no relationship between marriage and birth rate. For them, A declining marriage rate isn't a problem because people there can still have children even if they are unmarried. It isn't a foreign concept for people living in America, and they won't be implicated socially in such decisions. However, in Chinese communities, the birth and marriage rates are deeply correlated. In China, for a single unmarried woman to have a child is a huge problem. This is mainly because of China's household registration system, the hukou system. Unmarried Chinese women with children can't register with the hukou system. In China, for every young couple who has children, it's essential to register with the hukou system to get access to healthcare and education. In China,
Wow. You know, that's what the fuck they should have did with the 1964 Men in the House rule. That could have been our hukou system. You know that a family, you help out the family. You help them out with insurance and education, and housing and shit like that because they're a family. If you single, nigga, fend for yourself, make it happen. But instead, they kick the man out. You see what I'm saying?
it's a requirement for every young female or male to be married first to get registered. Since the Chinese government was worried about its declining birth rate in 2015, it lifted the one-child policy. But even though it has almost been a decade, China's birth rate hasn't increased yet. In 2015, the fertility rate was 1.67 births per woman, already below the replacement rate 2.0. In 2022, the fertility rate fell even further to 1.2 births per woman. China is concerned over this because by 2050 it's expected that half of China's population will consist of older adults who can't contribute much to the workforce of a vast country like China. In 1980, when China opened itself up to global capitalism and embraced it wholeheartedly, its GDP increased exponentially, iron ladies to leftover women. Today, China is considered the second greatest economy in the world. However, it also has several challenges to overcome. The primary issue that Chinese people have to face today is the polarization of class, along with the increasing gap between men and women. The Iron Ladies, once widely respected in old China, were the first targets of the Chinese government in 1980. They tried to suppress women and stigmatize women for being a part of the workforce. China believes that the declining rate of birth is because women are too focused on their careers rather than family development. So they propagated the idea that
not here in the US, these bitches will spit them out.
That the Iron Ladies were too masculine and therefore needed to regain their femininity by becoming good mothers and wives. They propagated such ideas to boost their birth rate. However, it was a failed attempt. The only thing that happened was that people started to hate the Chinese Communist Party even more. A lot of propaganda in the early 1980s and 1990s was designed around the purpose of pushing women back into their homes. They did this by presenting the idea of regaining femininity by giving birth and satisfying their husbands. Even today, the propaganda in China is so intense that no matter where you go, you will find advertisements of a happy bride living a happy life. Such propaganda is a desperate attempt to promote the idea of getting married and giving birth to children as soon as possible. They spread their propaganda through billboards, showing that for a woman to be pleased, she needs to get married and give birth to children. The idea that a woman, no matter how successful she becomes in her career, will always feel empty unless she gives birth is hugely being propagated nowadays in China. So people in China have stigmatized the idea of a woman aspiring to have a successful career in her life by saying that she will never find peace unless she finds a man and gets married. This stuff is spreading and circulating on Chinese social media and television media. However, since everyone is living in modern times, Chinese women are refusing to buy into the social stigma. Even though they have to face a lot of pressure from their parents to get married soon, they pursue their dreams and goals regardless of stigma. As a result, the number of single women in China has been increasing at an exponential rate, and cities like Beijing and Shanghai are full of unmarried yet successful career women, changing policies. China is worried about its financial situation, and it has made some attempts to tackle the issues of declining birth rates and the increasing number of single women. China is now...
All right, enough of China. See, that's one of the problems that we don't have over here. Women will push these babies out, no problem. And that's fucked up on our economy. That's ruining our world too, because now we got a whole bunch of these little motherfuckers running around and not contributing to society, but tearing society the fuck up. Check this out.
Go ahead, Miss.
Shanice.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, Kevin. How are you?
Good. What do you got for me?
So listen, this is my first time coming on. This is my third time being with you, and I really want to come on and hang with you because you remind me so much of my brothers. I'm the youngest of 7 boys.
Okay.
And you give us, the raw shit. So I was like, oh, I got to talk to him.
Okay, so what do you got for me on the topic?
So on the topic, I am trying to. I'm trying to get some advice, some big brother advice. Okay, Kevin.
Okay.
That means
Kevin said okay.
But so you gotta get to it though. This is dead air.
I know it. So I am single mom of 4.
Okay. How many? 4?
Yep, 4.
Okay.
I am seasoned a little bit, but I'm not discouraged. Okay.
What is the question, woman?
I'm sorry.
What's the question?
So I'm trying to figure out what I need to be focusing on and looking for in relationships.
I don't know. What outcome do you want?
I want happiness.
You want to be married?
Absolutely. I've never been married.
Okay, hold on. Let's just answer these questions. You're a mother of 4, and how many different fathers?
4.
Holy shit. How many times have you been married?
None.
That ain't gonna work.
I've been proposed to 3 times. But
that ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, I'll never accept it.
My son said that ain't gonna work, shawty. 4 for 4, shawty. 4-time baby mama. How the fuck? Like, and that's another thing. Like, who's picking up these chicks that got 4 kids, bro? Ain't nobody picking you up. You done waste, like, you got 4 niggas on roster. You got to make it work with one of them.
No. What I'm saying is not gonna work. There's no marriage to a woman who has 4 kids by 4 different men who's never been married. What guy wants to follow that?
So your answer is I'm done.
As far as marriage, in all likelihood, yeah. I mean, how old are you?
44.
44. First off, man, let's take you out of it. Let's say you have a brother, right?
Right. 7 of them.
And your brother comes up and says, Hey, sis, I'm gonna marry this woman with 4 kids by 4 different men. She ain't never been married. What you gonna tell her? Yeah, man, lock that deal down.
Are you asking? Can I respond?
Yeah, what you gonna tell him? You gonna tell him a lot?
So, well,
What are you gonna tell him?
Of course, I'm gonna have my own personal experience in it. So, of course, I'm gonna tell him, okay, yeah, absolutely.
You gonna tell him absolutely?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you love your brother so much you would tell him to marry a woman with 4 kids by 4 different men and he never been married to either one of them. That ain't love, ma'am. That ain't love.
I mean, there's a history. I mean, it depends on the history.
That ain't love. That ain't okay, ma'am.
See, one thing I noticed: women will completely disregard logic, statistics, fucking observable realities. They'll ignore everything just to stay in this fucking bullshit bubble. and believe the fucked up situation they in. Like they'll ignore all that shit just to be like, nah, it'll work out. Nah, I still got hope. I still got a chance. No, the fuck you don't. That's like that lady that popped up. Oh, I got 7 kids. Do you think I can still find a good man? Who the fuck is gonna take a bitch with 7 kids? 4 kids, let alone 7. I don't care how good you look. You got 7 kids. You got to look at it like when I first started dating baby mamas, and to make the record straight. If I'd have found out about Kevin Samuels before I got married, nigga, I would not have married her. I would not have got her pregnant. Dead ass. Because she had 2 kids, my ex-wife. I dated 5 baby mamas. Why? Because it seemed like every bitch had kids, man. So I just chucked it up to shit, man. Everybody got kids. Like there ain't no women out there with no kids, but there were. Just like today, there's women out there with no kids. But if I found this shit, this fucking manosphere, red pill, YouTube shit, nigga, what? You got 4 kids? You got 2 kids? I don't want a chick with kids. I don't got no kids. You got 4 kids, 4 baby daddies. You don't need to have your stinking ass on the market looking for another nigga. And the same thing with you niggas. You got 4 baby mamas, nigga. Get the fuck off the market. Why you get to get another chick? Why you get to get a chick who ain't got no kids? And you got 4 baby mothers. Maybe the baby mothers should fuck with the baby daddies, man. Maybe that should be a thing. If you got kids, you shouldn't be able to fuck with somebody that doesn't have kids. Maybe that should be a thing.
Ma'am, listen. This is where you women go wrong because you're too into it. Do you have any sons?
I do 2 sons.
So two of your 2 sons come back and both of them say, "Hey, mom, I found a woman with 4 kids from 4 different men. I'm gonna marry her." You're gonna say, "Go ahead, son. Let's go ahead and plan that up."
Probably not.
Exactly.
I'll be honest. Probably not. Because I want
Exactly.
So she gonna tell her brother, yeah, go ahead and marry him, or go ahead and get with him. But she gonna tell her son, nah, I don't do it.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly, because the men you're talking about are somebody's sons. I mean, here's the thing: if you didn't need to be married to have babies, you don't need to be married. You don't need to be married now. That's really how men think about it.
Okay, so take marriage out of it, Kevin. So I mean, because at the end of the day, I'm not one of those people that like, oh, I want this, that, and the third. I got my own bag. I'm an accountant. All right. I want someone that I can be, because no one deserves to die alone.
Well, I get it, ma'am. I get it. Well, how old is your youngest child?
My youngest is 11. He'll be 12.
All right, ma'am, but still, you got to understand that you're deciding to come to these things at beyond middle age.
They have thrown me on the bus with the force.
You are, unless you're going to live to be 100, you are beyond middle age.
Okay, so it's done for me. I should just go and
You
die.
need to. Okay. You want me to tell you what you want to hear, or you want me to
No,
tell you what I think? Well, then listen. You came to these decisions to where now it seems to now be a priority, because at 44 with 4 kids, you were just out here doing what you wanted to do. You said you got a bag, okay, but now you don't want to die alone. All right, but then here's the thing. I hear you, but there's a man out there who's going to have to attach himself to you, and what is he going to get?
Can I answer?
Yes.
Okay. So when he attaches himself to me, he's going to get an awesome individual. He's going to get a down to earth individual, someone that has a grasp on life and what they want. Okay. Someone that can provide, someone that knows how to cook, someone that knows how to take care of the household. That's what he's going to get. Somebody's going to.
Okay, all right. So let me
Take
ask you.
care
Let
of
me
the
ask you some
household.
other questions. Okay.
Okay.
How tall are you?
5'9".
Dress size.
I'm gonna slap you, Kevin.
Come on, bitch. It's your dress size.
I done gained a little weight on quarantine.
14?
So I'm probably like a 14 now. So I'm 5'9", 230.
Oh,
All right.
shit.
5'9", 230 pounds.
5'9", 230.
4 kid. Listen. 5'9", 44 years old.
That's a big son of a bitch.
5'9", 230 pounds, size 14, with 4 children by 4 different men. And everything that you said you were going to provide for a man is you're going to get an awesome individual who has a grasp of something or other, who knows how to clean a house and knows how to cook. Ma'am, he can get that in a 25 or 30-year-old with no children and a dress size 6.
So what
Listen,
you
what you
saying?
ladies, this is what I'm. Listen. Do you understand what I just said? What you're bringing to the what you're bringing to the table. Okay, you're an accountant, right?
I just want you to give me advice on me. I don't want you to give me
I understand. I give it. Listen. I give general advice on this show because if you need specific advice, use up some of that bag and book a session. I don't just give free specialized advice out. You give this other person.
That's what I need to do.
So here's the thing, yeah, but in general, man, I'm speaking to you in some terms that accountants can understand. Assets and liabilities. Your assets need to outweigh your liabilities for someone to want to take that deal. And the things I've asked you about assets were very vague, but your liabilities are very real.
Absolutely.
All right. Hopefully that helped.
That's it.
All right. So,
Man, listen. And she 44, damn near 50. Damn near 50 years old. Now I want to show you this shit here. No, that ain't it. The fuck? What the hell? All right, here we go.
So my kids don't like to be on camera, but I'm about to ask them these questions just to see what they say. So, Deontay is 10, and I'm about to ask him first. Why do you think I'm a single mom? And why do you think I don't have a man? A husband. Shut up, you next.
Because what?
Okay, so now I'm about to ask my fourth.
What the hell he said?
Because you break up with everybody.
Because you break up with everybody.
Okay, so now I'm about to ask my 14-year-old. Jashawn, why do you think I'm a single mom?
Okay, the reason why I think you're a single mom, 3 reasons.
Oh, 3.
One,
Jesus. You about to read me, y'all.
no man wants you. 2, it's hard for you to get along with a man. 3, the next day you break up.
2 was it's hard for you to get along with a man. And 3, the next day you break up.
No man wants you. 2.
You about to read me, y'all.
No man wants you. 2. No man wants you. 2.
That nigga said no man
it's hard
wants
for
you.
you to get along with a man. 3, the next day you break up with him.
She said though, no man wants you.
I'm gonna just take that because
God damn. You know motherfucking kids, man. Kids be telling you the truth out this bitch. That nigga said so she apparently in her children's eyes, she breaks up with everybody. Whenever shit get rough, she hit the motherfucking she hit the street. Let's see what they say.
Ready? All righty. So, we're gathered here again because someone in the comments asked me to ask you guys, why do you feel like I'm a single mother? Okay, and be honest. Okay, so we're gonna start with you again. So Nala, why do you feel like I'm a single mother?
I mean, you pretty, but you fuss too much.
No, I guess you be a single mother too then.
I ain't gonna be no single mother like mama.
Yeah, look at her face. Yes, there's still hope. The children have seen this shit. Motherfucking great grandma 60, grandma 45, mama is 30, and not baby girl like nah man, fuck that. She look like she might be what 7, 8 or some shit. Maybe 7, 8, 9. She like I ain't gonna be no single mama like mama.
What's wrong with being a single mother?
I ain't finna mess around with no 3 kids.
Anyways, next. Oh my gosh, Lord. I done lost my train of thought. Ty, I'm gonna go to Chance because I know you waiting to say something crazy. Okay, Chance. Okay, why do you think I'm a single mom?
Because you work for free.
I work for free. I work Monday through Friday, and how do you feel like I work for free?
Because you broke.
You know what?
I did. This past the video, he was serious.
That is funny. Alright, bitch. Alrighty. Now, last not least now, don't say nothing crazy. But why do you feel like I'm a single mom?
Because you don't be yourself.
How do you feel like I don't be myself?
That's not even your real hair.
I can wear a wig if I want to.
Yeah, but without a wig, you look like a grown man. Well, I said
Never mind.
no, because you acting too extra. Stop. No, I said because you don't even know.
Look, we not about to start.
Stop calling me girl.
Oh.
I am not your girl. I'm your sister. Don't call me sister neither.
Damn.
Now they call you girl. No. Don't call me girl.
Hi. Do you think I'm fat?
No.
So, when you get married, do you want your wife to be my size?
I mean, yeah, but you bought a burger way before I said no.
Nola, do you think I'm fat?
Why she said annoyed like that?
You only big when you're pregnant. Just don't have no more kids. I'm already tired of these two.
I knew I shouldn't have asked you anyway. Chance.
Thank you.
Do you think I'm fat?
I don't have no business crying in my back.
Yo, bruh. Wow. That's that single mom shit, man.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you a single mom. Now you a single mom. You said I'ma have this kid. Don't care if he's gay or not. Now you a single mom. Now you a single mom. Now you a single. Showing a baby off. Showing a baby off. Showing a baby off. Now you a single. Showing a baby off. Showing a baby off.
Fair use.
Good man, but you bitches stay pregnant.
Wow. There's no good men, but you bitches stay pregnant. I want to show you what Cardi B got to say about some shit here.
Got a message for y'all from Cardi.
All right, so this is what I believe in, right? Like
Me
it's
too.
like if you're gonna be the type of bitch that like a nigga, you want a nigga to take care of you and everything, but it's like, all right, you have to like pick a balance. Like it's like you cannot just be a bitch that's like, oh, my man take care of me, he does the bills, but it's like, what do you do? What are you contributing? Like it's like, all right, like you can't be complaining like, oh, I cook, I clean every day. It's like, okay, but you don't work, you don't contribute to the house. So I just feel like it's like, and like sometimes people be like, oh, so this is like really controversial, right?
Go ahead.
I feel like it's very controversial when like be like, oh, I don't go 50-50, but it's like, all right. So if you and your man make the same amount of money, right? But only your man is the one that paying all the bills. How you ever gonna save up to like buy a house or buy a business? Cause he's never gonna be able to afford to. So it's like certain things is like a joint thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a work together. But I just be feeling like sometimes people, like the internet, really be having people fucked up from like real reality type shit. So it's like all right. So your mom and dad used to work every single day, right? So your mom and dad used to work every single day, so your mom could save her money and what, buy purses, and your dad just pay all the bills. That's not how it works. It's either your mom was in the house cooking and cleaning every day, your dad was working, or they was both working to pay both the bills. Like y'all be acting like y'all don't know what the fuck that is like no more. Like come on.
And your mom money was your dad money, and your dad money was your mom money.
Like it was like that.
That shit was all together.
Like it's like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not a feminist anymore because it's like sometimes it's like y'all bitches don't be living in the real world.
Right.
Y'all not living there.
Y'all be talking about my money is my money and his money is my money. Shit.
I mean, my money's my money, his money's my money. But like, my money's my money. Like, my money's my money and his money is his money. But it's like, but you know, like it's like we both spend money on each other and everything. And it's like if we want to go and everything, it's like all right, like if we're gonna buy a house, like let's go half and half. And it's like if we're gonna
But
buy,
it's not a one-way street.
it's not a one-way street. Like it's like if we're gonna buy like a crazy expensive furniture, it's like all right, you buy the couch and I buy the dining room set. Like it's a both thing. Like it's a both thing. Cause then when you leave, like bitch, you really leave for nothing. Cause you was like, but he has to pay all the bills. Well, you're divorced and you don't got no house, no nothing. You don't got shit. You got shit. You don't even got a couch, bitch.
Yo, that bitch is funny as fuck, man. God damn, I know Cardi was that fucking funny. They say you don't even got a couch, bitch. Cardi dumb as hell. That's coming from a motherfucking celebrity, bro. Grew up in the Bronx. You feel me? Like she wild as hell. She be bugging out. She might be cloned. I don't fucking know, but that was some common sense shit right there. But right here we got a couple of chicks who are gonna talk on that same shit. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because there was a a chick on what's that shit called, TikTok, and she brought up that Duke University canceled their affirmative action shit, right? But this particular particular thing they canceled was when black students who were actually keeping up with grades and shit like that, them niggas can't stay neither. Like admittance into Duke University has that like a 0.6 acceptance rate. So, they had, brothers, Asians, all the motherfuckers coming in. They canceled that shit. And Duke University, out of 2,359 universities, Duke ranks number 20 in having the most students. Number 20 in having the most students who come from the 1% family. Now, how do you come from the 1% family? That is a family's income of $630,000 and up. Just listen to that. They got a mother and a father who combined income is $630,000 and up. Combined income. So while niggas is running around listening to these bitches talking about Oh, you ain't a man if you can't pay all the bills. So while you sit in your monkey ass home shopping on fucking TikTok shop, Amazon Prime, all this dumb shit, you ain't doing shit really. You're not trying to better yourself. Like you home doing nothing. You just want to be a stay at home wife and just do nothing and make fucking TikToks, right? Your white counterparts are helping their man's household income. These motherfuckers are in the 1%, bro. $630,000 a year. You know I love to do the math. Let's do the math on these motherfucking cocksuckers right here, right? Just to like, yeah, all right. You know they canceled the affirmative action shit. Cool. That ain't even what I'm worried. That ain't even what I'm concerned about. $630,000 a year divided by 12 months. That means they bringing in over gross, gross $52,000 a month, right? That's a month. We're gonna divide that by two. So every 2 week paycheck, they're bringing in 26,000, right? That 26,000. Say you subtract what? Subtract in taxes. They got the kids. They got the house. Say you subtract like 30% taxes, right? That means every 2 weeks they're bringing in $18,000 a month net, right? 18,000 a month. Now we're gonna go back to the, $18,000 every 2 weeks. So we're gonna go back to the monthly income, right? So that 18,000 times two, they're bringing in $36,750 a month, cash, cold cash, net, right? let's say, uh, let's say they $1 million home, of course. Let's say their mortgage is around, say their mortgage is 7,000. Two cars, right? Uh, Say they got two cars, two car notes. Let's say each one is what, 500 each. Let's say 700 each. So it's minus 1,400 for the car notes, right? Let's say minus another, let's say 500 for insurance, right? What else? What else? What else? Internet bullshit. Nah, let's just do the big bills, right? What is that? What are they left with monthly? Uh, oh shit! What happened? Damn, I don't know what to press. Okay, what we got? They still have $27,000, right? Divided by four. Each week they got about 6 grand each week to fuck around with. So you figure they got, they're putting in, say they put like, uh, what time is that? By four one more time. Let's say they're heavy investors. Let's say they put aside $1,000 a month in this thing, in the stock market, right? And then let's say they put a savings of, say they save 10 grand a month. So they got 16, that's still $4,000 a week that they have to spend, right? And they got 10,000 in savings, and they're putting $1,000 every month into a S&P 500 or whatever stock vehicle that they use, right? Divided by 4 weeks, they still have effectively 4 grand each week. That that is that's beautiful. But instead, You got a fat bitch with 3 kids who want a nigga that make 250,000, so she could sit the fuck home, right? Now this 250, you're gonna divide that by 12. That's fucking 20 grand. That's 20 grand a month, right? We're gonna divide that by 2. Every 2 weeks, that's his check. Every 2 weeks, 10, 14. Gonna subtract 30. Lower tax, right? We'll say we're gonna tax him at 39%, right? So every 2 weeks, this dude's got $6,534, right? Now we're gonna times that by 2 for the monthly net. Monthly net is 12 grand. Now you know how she wants to fucking live. So let's say that his mortgage is all right. So 12, 7. Let's say his mortgage is 5 grand, and his car note is, and he buys her one. So his car note is going to be, or a lease or whatever is going to be like 1,000. Nah, let's say 700, right? So he has a car. Does she have a car? Probably not. So we're just gonna do it based on him, right? 700 for the car. Let's say 250 for the insurance, right? And let's say what else? Uh, let's just leave it at that, right? So that is what? What is that? Is that about 2? That's a check, right? Damn, I fucked up. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Is this bi-weekly or the monthly? I don't fucking forgot. Oh, I think this is monthly. Okay, so monthly, it took that out monthly, so it's 6,700 a month, right? So let's say uh he puts 1,000 in what you call it stock, and let's say he saves 2,000 a month instead of the 10,000. This leaves them with 37.5 a month. Divide that by 2, so he's got 1,800 every 2 weeks, right? We ain't do the food, we ain't do the gas, we ain't do uh what's the other shit? Light, gas for the house and nothing like that. We didn't do what else we didn't do? Cell phones and internet. We didn't do that. So he's left with $1,800 a week, as opposed to being left with fucking like 6 grand or some shit like that a week, 4 grand a week. Now this right here, yeah, he's saving, but he's saving at a slower pace, and he doesn't have any fucking help with this shit. And she's gonna suck this shit dry. She's gonna be shopping. She's gonna want to go here, want to go there. But if she helped, right? If the broad helped, let's say he make 250, right? 1, 2, 3, and she made, let's say she made, let's say she made 120,000. They up to 370, right? So we divide that. That's what a year. We divide that by 12 months. All right, 30,000 a month, man. And you do all of the fucking subtraction. You subtract 5,000 for the mortgage, plus the 700 for the car, 250 for the insurance. Um, let's say 300 for the light and gas and all of that shit. Uh, 400 for the actual gas. They got that whatever car that shit gonna be a gas guzzler. Let's say what else? What else? What else? Cell phones. Let's say 200 for the cell phones, plus $70 for the internet, so minus another 270, right? And food, let's say food, they do about 1,000 a month on food. Is that good? 1,000. say 1,200. 1,200 on food. They're left with 22 grand. Divide that by 4 weeks. They still got 5 grand to spend during the week. Like, oh wait, I didn't. Hold on. Times 4, right? Minus the 1,000 a month in the stocks, and minus the how much we're gonna save a month. Let's save 5,000 a month. Now let's say 4,000 a month. They save 17,000 divided by 4 weeks, 4 grand, right? So it works out better if the broad works, man. If she works with the guy, that helps a lot.
In today's society with the regular fucking people, we're not talking about no bad bitches. We're not talking about this a ditty. We're not talking about all the ones who ain't going for. We talk about regular fucking people who are being polluted with this illusion that men are supposed to pay all of the rent, and if he can't pay all
They
of the
do,
rent,
'cause
then
guess
you
what?
can't be fucked up with him.
You
That
can't.
is, let's be in the real situation, because let's be honest for once. You got people that still living together that ain't together because they can't afford to live on their own.
We ain't even gonna go into the rest of it because that other chick is delusional as fuck. She talk about niggas at Walmart and McDonald's is taking care of their lady. Bro, come on, really? Niggas at Walmart taking care of them and they lady and paying the bills? Stop it, bro. Come on. Yeah, man. That's just like the fucking delusional shit that they be going through, bro. And that's pretty much it. Really don't know what to call this stream. I'm about to check out. All right, guys. Holla at y'all later.